Mga kaibigan, isang magandang araw ho sa ating lahat. Araw po ngayon ng Sunday, no? Mga kaibigan, I am here today in the front of you in order for us to answer those questions na kung saan ay kakailanganin ho natin. Kasi we have a lot of questions here. But in the first place, I would like to ask to all of you that I am not expert here to deliver a perfect answer, to deliver those your satisfactions for this matter, mga kaibigan. Kasi I don't have enough knowledge. It is a little bit of my idea, it is a little bit of my research as far as the concern is our research, mga kaibigan. Before I answering these questions in the front of you right now is coming from those books, mga kaibigan. Because there is a raising questions here. In the first place, what are the three layers or the three main category of the Bible and the law, no, of the countries? So, here in the Philippines, mga kaibigan, in the Bible, we have called immoral law, no? Moral law is it is internal, it's about the eternity, mga kaibigan. We have also a tinatawag natin ceremonial law. It's all about the sacrifices, worship, and many others, mga kaibigan. And also, we have also a civil or judicial. It governs to the nation of the Israel, as we called in the Bible, mga kaibigan. No? It is before that, no, mga kaibigan. So, it is all about the questions here that they are raising us, mga kaibigan, kasi I don't have enough knowledge. That's why I am here asking favor in the front of you that I am not expert. So, in the law of the country, mga kaibigan, especially here in the Philippines, we have also a felony, crime, and infractions of law. Felony derives the violations under punishable by the revised penal code. And also, the crime, it's the violations punishable under by the special law. No? So, alam na yan ng nag-aaral ng mga batas. So, that's why, alam na nila ito, mga kaibigan. And also, the infractions of law, those violations under of the provincial ordinance, city and municipal ordinances, and the barangay ordinances, mga kaibigan. So, all these types of laws that raising the questions, I hope sana, I hoping so much, those people asking these questions that try to research first, no? If you could not to be satisfied my answer and then go further to research and asking for those experts, mga kaibigan, because I am here, I am not expert. We have a lot of lawyers there, we have a lot of expert out there, especially, no? So that's why, another questions, another tanong, mga kaibigan, what is the most powerful laws or the books in the land, in the world, mga kaibigan? For me, mga kaibigan, according to my research, all types of the research that I have, mga kaibigan, no? It's only two books are very powerful in the world, mga kaibigan. Even the most powerful countries around the world are believing on this books, mga kaibigan. Are believing on this box, and every countries of this world, mga kaibigan, there is a Bible of the country as being called. First, the Bible itself, the first box or the powerful box of the land, of the earth, mga kaibigan, that all the constructions, the extractions of law, the constructions of law, and other interpretations and versions of any kinds of versions of this box. It's called the Bible, mga kaibigan. Here in the country, here in the world, mga kaibigan, it's the constitutions, no? Constitutions is considered as the Bible of the country. So that's why all the privileges, all given privileges are in the constitutions. Constitution, mga kaibigan, is consisting of, I think, no, 18 articles only. If I'm not mistaken, more or less 18 articles with the 80 sections, more or less, mga kaibigan. But the Bible is consisting of the original. Accordingly, some theologians, some historians, and scholars the Bible is consisting of the 88 books, and the Protestant Bible is consisting of 66 books, with 31,102 verses, more or less, 1,189 chapter, more or less. Mga kaibigan, that is a Protestant Bible as being called. So that's why in the world, the most obvious and the most unvaluable books is the constitutions and the Bible itself. So that's why there is a lot of the people in the world, they do not like to believe the Bible itself. But mind you, all the purpose of life and all the styles of life that we have is already written in the Bible for many years ago, mga kaibigan. So that's why I am here to give this context, mga kaibigan, because there is a lot of questions, mga kaibigan. And then we go further, another questions. Where was located, which is the Garden of Eden? If we are going to read the Bible, mga kaibigan, if we are going to read the Bible itself, the Garden of Eden, mga kaibigan, was located in the Turkey. No? If we are going to go to reading the Bible itself, if we are verse by verse, mga kaibigan, in Genesis, mga kaibigan, I think, in the Genesis, mga kaibigan, it's already in the Turkey. If we are going to calculate in that, because I am not expert, because bagsak-bagsak ako nito ng navigation namin noon eh. Kasi hindi ako matalino doon sa navigation. But, pag walang navigation, kahit lalakarin ko yung Maynila, mula dito hanggang Maynila, kakayanin ko yan. So, I do not have enough knowledge for the calculations. But, if we are reading on that Bible, mga kaibigan, the Garden of Eden was located in the Turkey itself. Because, according to the Bible, the words of God itself, mga kaibigan, is already mentioned out there. No? Was being mentioned out there, mga kaibigan, in chapter 2, chapter 2, at verse 8 until 14, no? Mga kaibigan, in Genesis, no? Pinalitaw ng Diyos ang pinakaunang ilog, or the first river was established by God in the world. It's already in the Garden of Eden, mga kaibigan. At there is a 4 branches, mga kaibigan. There is a 4 branches, or may 4 na sanga ang ilog na pinakaunang pinalitaw ng Diyos, or which is the mother of all rivers in the world. It's already in the Garden of Eden. So that's why there is a 4 branches. First, Gihon, Pison, Tigris, and Euphrates. If we locate for the Euphrates, and then you locate the Garden of Eden, kasi yung hulog ng Euphrates, mga kaibigan, it's already in, I think, in Persian Gulf, or in the Indian Ocean. So bayo na nimo, it's already, wala kang ibang patutunguhan kung yan ang susundan ho natin. Walang ibang patutunguhan kundi sa Garden ng Eden. Kasi yan po ang nakamention doon sa Biblia. So that's why, in the countries of Middle East, is already there. Mga kaibigan, the Garden of Eden. Kaya maraming nagtatanong, that is based on the Bible, ha? If we are going to look at that, mga kaibigan. So, babasahin na lang ho natin from Genesis to Revelation. Kasi if we don't have enough knowledge regarding for this purpose of this world, is already on that matter, mga kaibigan. So, that is already in the opening of our mindset, mga kaibigan. Kasi maraming nagtatanong regarding of that, no, mga kaibigan. Pasunod-sunod ho ito. So, another tanong, or which is another questions. Sir, may existing divorce law ba in the Philippines? Generally speaking, there is no divorce law in the Philippines because the House Bill of the divorce law was naaabutan ng 19 Congress. Nasasarahan yata yon accordingly as far as the research is concerned. Mga kaibigan, but there is a law exclusive on that divorce is only in 1977 until now they are existing, which is the jurisdiction of that is the Syria Court of the Philippines. This laws is considered true exclusively for the Islam brothers and sisters, mga kaibigan. Mayroon silang tinatawag na divorce law, which is Presidential Decree 1083, mga kaibigan. Because in our part, non-Muslim marriages, it's already available para sa atin. It's already in the family code, which is the nullity of marriage or legal separations of marriage, and nullity of marriages, and also the yung tatlo na yan. It's already in the RT na nakalimutan ko yung isa, nullity, si legal separation, 'di ba? Mayroon tatlo yan sila. No, mga kaibigan. Tatlo yan from the article 35 to 67 of the family code. No? It's already found on that particular matter. But this, mga kaibigan, there is something, kasi ito po yung mangyayari. Itong tinatanong ho sa atin, regarding of this divorce, is very complex in nature ho ito, mga kaibigan. Kasi there is a lot of lawyers out there and also legislative inactions, mga kaibigan, who I am to talk about this is only to deliver that kasi yan lang po ang aking nare-research, mga kaibigan. Mayroon pala Presidential Decree 1083. But mind you, pwede po itong gagamitin ng iba in order to their own interest. Kaya kayong mga asawa dyan, friendly advice, brotherhoodly advice, mga kaibigan. Yung mga asawang lalaki dyan at asawang babae dyan, be careful. Baka husband ninyo, wala na sa inyong bahay at saka there is another woman in their life. You are thinking that your marriage is already exists, but in reality, hindi na ho. Kasi mayroong nangyayari pong ganito. It is a real basis, mga kaibigan. Akala niya, yung marriage nila, it's already exists. But later on, for many years later, mga kaibigan, napag-alaman niya na totally void na pala. Napuputol na pala yung marriage nila. Kasi pumunta yung husband doon sa Syria Court. Yun, naganap yung ganong pangyayari. Kaya namamangha ako napapa-research ako ng ilang linggo, mga kaibigan. So that's why, there is 1977 special law, which is called a Presidential Decree 1083. No, exclusively for the Muslim brothers and sisters. For non-Muslim marriages, available ho tayo doon sa atin. Yung jurisdiction is family court. Mga kaibigan, ha? Yung nullity, legal separation, ano pa yung isa? Nakalimutan ko yung isa. Tatlo ho yun sila, mga kaibigan. Basta tatlo ho yun. No? Tatlo yun. From Article 35, assignment na lang ninyo yung isa. Para malalaman ninyo. yung Article 35 ng Family Code until Article 65 to 67 is already found. Ha? Before ko makakalimutan, yung legal separations, mga kaibigan, you are allowed by law, mga kaibigan, to separate each other. But your marriage is already there. It's already buhay-buhay pa ho yun, mga kaibigan. But yung nullity at yung isa, puputulin na talaga yan. Mayroon pagkakaiba ho doon. So that's why, you ask for those experts, especially those lawyer, mga kaibigan. Kasi i-discuss nila yan sa iyo. Kaya mga kaibigan, maraming tanong. Ano ba talaga ang purpose ng buhay? Purpose ng buhay ho natin dito sa mundo ay mabubuhay talaga. Yung mga nawawala ng pag-asa, babasahin lang ho natin ang Biblia in order for us to understand what is the meaning of this life. Mga kaibigan, yung pagbubuhay ho natin dito, paano tayo mabubuhay sa mundong ibabaw na ito, marami ho dito mga kaibigan. Maraming sakuna, maraming iba't ibang uri ng kahalayan, mayroong iba't ibang uri ng mga kaguluhan ho dito sa mundo, mga kaibigan. Babasahin na lang ho natin ang Biblia in order for us to understand what is the meaning of life. Kasi pag hindi ho natin nababasa ang Biblia, we do not like to read the Bible itself, and then we accept in ourselves that we are not also believe the God itself. No? We don't have enough time to read the Bible, and then we have a cell phone. Try to research a verse, mga kaibigan. It's a matter of time. It's already, hindi yan makakaubos ng isang oras in order for us to read on that particular matter. Kasi doon sa Biblia, mga kaibigan, nakakasulat na ho doon. So that's why I being called, this Bible, it's governed for the spiritual life of the humanities, and also this Constitution, it's governs for the peaceful and order of the nations. So that's why the Bible and the Constitution and even the United States of America is being called as superpower countries or the continent on the earth are believing on the Bible, mga kaibigan. Kahit yung mga taong nakikinig sa akin ngayon, sa buong sanlibutan, for those people are not believing the God itself. And then, my questions, if we are not believe in ourselves that the God is exists, because I would like to share my God to all of you. My God is Jesus Christ, mga kaibigan. If those people not believing on that particular matter in themselves, and then, saan ba ho tayo nag-aaral? Kasi pag nag-aaral ho ang isang tao, when we are going to school, mga kaibigan, there is a lot out there, especially if we are on that graduation day. Diba? Mayroon tayong sinasabi, so help me God. It's already found in the Bible itself, mga kaibigan. So that's why Bible is consists of everything, and the extract and the constructions of law of the nature of the human, it's already found in the Bible. Kung gusto ka magiging masamang tao ka, kung gusto ka magiging mabuting tao ka, gusto ka magiging mayaman kang tao, nasa Biblia ho yun. Dalawa pong klase ang tao na gugustuhin ho nila. Because God is already given for the management of ourselves. Because ourselves is already a temple of God. Templo ng Diyos ho ito. Kaya mayroon tayong kapangyarihan to govern those goodness, especially even the badness in our life, mga kaibigan. Kasi maraming taong nagtatanong, ito, ganon. That is a free will and the choice of everybody. If you are going to select or choose those bad things in life, and then, be it. Nakakasulat ho yun sa Biblia, mga kaibigan. And then, punta ho tayo sa ibang tanong. Ano ba yung perfect combination ng pagkain? So, according to the Exodus, mga kaibigan, pagbabasahin ho natin yan, Exodus, either, if I'm not mistaken, in the chapter 16 or 12. Basta nasa Exodus. Basahin lang ho ninyo. Lahatin na ninyo yan. The perfect combinations is already put there. It's already in the Bible. According to God, according to words of God, mga kaibigan, ang perfect combination ng pagkain ho ng tao, it's already, kung kakain ho tayo ng karne sa gabi, sa umaga, kakain ho tayo ng tinapay. At yung pang-ulam ng karne, kakainin ho natin, according to the Bible, is already yung mga gulay-gulay. Para mabilis yung tunawin, yung karne, at mabilis lang ilalabas sa katawan ho natin. Paano na? Nakagagisnan na ho natin. No, mga kaibigan, pag masyadong masarap yung karning niluluto ni nanay, niluluto ni husband, ni wife, marami ho tayong makakain na rice. That's why in myself, I prepared 1 rice a day, or every 2 days, I only eat for 1 rice, mga kaibigan. Already a black rice. So that's why, mga kaibigan, in the Bible, kasi pag ang karne, hahaluan pa ng rice, tutulungan ng rice ang karning mabulbulok sa ating katawan, mga kaibigan, in order to result in any conflictions in ourselves. Kaya if we have a knowledge about that, then consult for the dietitian or the dietitian doctor, which is the expert about that. But if you read for the Bible, it's already put there. Because according the Bible, the first doctor is tayo mismo sa ating sarili. So that's why, yung mga tanong na yan, mga kaibigan, no? I hope sana, no, mga kaibigan. So that's why, another tanong, the journey of the covenant. Mayroon tayong journey of the covenant, mga kaibigan. I-discuss na lang ho natin yan kasi medyo malayo, medyo malawak, medyo yung mga ganong dapat iisahin lang natin yan. Hindi katulad nito, iisahan ng pagsasagot ho ito. Madadalian, mga kaibigan. So that's why, iisahan. Yung journey of the covenant of God, mga kaibigan, no? It's already, I think, in my box is already 22. Parang 22 stages kung saan dinadala until nawawala yung covenant, mga kaibigan. Baka, according to some scholars, baka daw nailibing, baka daw naisira ng mga taong makapangyarihan noon for those empire, mga kaibigan. So, another tanong, which is another questions, saan ba nananahan ang Diyos nung bago pa nilikha niya or wala pa niya gibuhat ang langit ug yuta? According to the Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 31, mga kaibigan, maraming pastor dito, mga kaibigan. According to this Proverbs, it's already mayroong sariling lupa ang Diyos accordingly. Siya po'y nananahan sa kanyang sariling lupa, mga kaibigan. Kung hindi sana nagkakamali, hindi sana pumasok ang kasalanan sa mundo sa pamamagitan ng isang tao, walang siguro, doon tayo dadalhin. Yung tinatawag nila yan, mga kaibigan. Yung may sariling lupa ang Diyos pala. Kaya hindi lang siguro ito nababasa ng iba. So, yan lang po, mga kaibigan, no? And also, saan ba matatagpuan yung tinatawag natin na saan ba yon matatagpuan or makikita ho natin? Yung mga tinatawag dito na mga 10%, 10% na yan. Mga kaibigan, the 10% collections or the contributions, mga kaibigan, it's already the law of Moses, mga kaibigan. That is strictly in compliance. Because Old Testament is consisting of 613 commands, and the most very popular out there is the 10 Commandments. No, the 10 Commandments. That is the law. Pag hindi tayo susunod ng ganon, in the previous, in mga unang panahon, papatayin ho ang mga ganong tao. No, accordingly. But the God commanded to Moses na kailangan mag-contribute or magbigay ng 10% ang mga 11 tribo sa Israel. No, mga kaibigan, it's already in the Israel. Accordingly, the one who collect that, mga kaibigan, is yung mga tribo ni Levi na namamahala doon sa templo ng Diyos, yung mga tinatawag nating Levitican priest. Kasi ang katunayan at parang katuparan sa Old Testament is the New Testament. Kaya ginawa ng Diyos ang New Testament because mayroong siyang nakikitang kulang ho. Parang kinulang ho, mga kaibigan, ang nakalagay doon sa Old Testament. So that's why, nung lumabas mula sa Ehipto patungo sa bundok ng Sinai, yan ho, mga kaibigan, ha? Kasi ang inatasan ho doon, inutosan ho na magkulikta yung mga Levitican priest. Yung mga Levitican priest ho, mga kaibigan, sila yung magkukulikta at dadalhin doon sa kamalig. At sa mga nakulikta nila sa ikasampo, susunugin para ihandog sa Diyos. No, nandyan yan lahat. Hindi lang siguro. Kaya, yung sa New Testament, ang binigay ho doon, mga kaibigan, mahigit 100 kuman. No? Hindi 10. Kasi, yung sa Biblia, sa New Testament, panahon ni Kristo, mayroon tayong tinatawag na almost 1,850 commands. Kaya kung magbibigay ho tayo doon, kasi binago, nung una ay nakasulat sa 2 tapyas ng bato or the 2 tablets of stones, which is called the Old Testament, which is called the 10 Commandments. Nung binago ng Diyos, ito po'y sinulat sa pamamagitan ng hindi sa titik at sa pag-ukit ng mga bato. Pag ito po'y inukit doon sa mga pusong laman sa pamamagitan ng pag-ukit sa mga espiritu. Yan po ang sabi. Yan po ay mababasa doon sa Jeremias. Yan ho, mga kaibigan. Kaya, kung magbibigay ho tayo, kahit buong kayamanan ho natin ibibigay, wala nang sinasabi natin, that is called a cheerful giver. No? Pag mayroon tayo, bigay tayo. Wala nang batas-batas na magpe-pressure sa atin, mag-o-oblige sa atin, unlike which is in the Moses time, mga kaibigan. Accordingly, by the Bible. Kaya babasahin na lang ho natin ang Biblia, mga kaibigan, para maiintindihan natin, kasi baka yung mga yung mga napakinggan ho natin, iba-iba na ho yon. Katulad ng may tanong dito, may pastura ba sa Biblia? Sa Biblia, explicitly, mga kaibigan, there is no pastora, mga kaibigan. Walang pastura ho doon. No? Walang pastura pong nakalagay sa Biblia. Pastor, mayroon. Ministro, mayroon. Obispo, mayroon. Pare, mayroon. Oh. Yan, mga kaibigan, ang nakakalagay. Kasi, accordingly, mayroong nakasulat sa Biblia na sinumang, kasi nagagalit ang Diyos, diba? Sinumang magdadagdag at magkukulang nito ay nagiging labag na siya sa kautosan ng Diyos. Pag sinasabi ho natin may pastura sa Biblia, so meaning may arpobispa sa Biblia. Pag sinasabi natin ganun. Kaya nakasulat sa Biblia, mga kaibigan, walang pastura kasi hindi pinahintulutan ng Diyos na ang babae ay mangangaral sa mga lalaki accordingly, not according me. Mga kaibigan, basahin ho natin ang Biblia. Kasi pag sinasabi ho natin ganun, ay pagdadagdag na ho yun. Kaya hindi pinahintulutan ng Diyos na mamumuno ang mga babae sa mga lalaki. Kung Biblia, parang ang Biblia, mga kaibigan ba, parang in the plain view of our nature right now, in the recent days, mga kaibigan, parang mayroong discrimination. But that is commandments of God. Hindi yan magkakamali. Kasi ang utos ng Diyos ay hindi ho tayo sasaktan. But pagbabasahin o iintindihin natin, pag tayo po'y gumagawa ng ganun, masasaktan ho tayo. At lalo na, pag magagalit na ho tayo. Di ba? Yan ho. Ang Biblia ho, katulad ng sinasabi sa Biblia, kasi yung pangatlong, kasi yung unang pagpumarito ng Diyos ay sa Garden of Eden. Pangalawa, doon sa visitation, doon sa mga tent, mga kaibigan. Yung pangatlo, through Jesus Christ. And then the fourth, which is the second coming of Jesus Christ, is already put in the Bible. It's already mentioned how many times or how many beses in the Bible, mga kaibigan, verses to verses for verses, mga kaibigan, mention is already 2,800 times, more or less, that the second coming of Jesus Christ. Yan ho, mga kaibigan, ang nakikita ho natin. So that's why, mayroon tayong tinatawag na the second coming of Christ. Pang-apat na yan, accordingly. So, kailan ho yan magaganap? Accordingly, mga kaibigan, magaganap ho yan. Kasi, may mga ibang pastor, mga ngaral, pag lumilindol na, bumabagyo, bumabaha, nagkagagira na, umuusok ang lupa, ay sinasabi na ho nila, ito na ang katunayang andito na ang anak ng Diyos. Hindi pa ho. Pagbabasahin ho natin ang Biblia, nagkakamali ho tayo doon. Pag ganun po ang pag-iisip, pag ganun po ang pagpapangaral ho, sa mga ngaral ng ganun, nililito ho ang kaisipan natin. At tinatakot ho ang tao. Dapat magiging prepared ang tao, dapat. Basahin ang Biblia, intindihin. Kasi ang nakasulat sa Biblia, yung nakakasulat, yung nasulat ho ay babasahin, yung utos ay susundin, at yung pera ay bibilangin accordingly. Mga kaibigan. So that's why, in the Bible, mga kaibigan, no? Hindi pa ho yun. Pasimula pa yan, mga kaibigan. Papasimula pa yan. Kasi yung lindol, yung pag-usok, yung pagbagyo, yung pag-usok ng lupa, mga kaibigan, galit ng Diyos yan. Yan po ay galit ng Diyos. Yan po ay mababasa sa Biblia. Yan po ay mga galit ng Diyos sa tao dito sa lupa. Kaya maraming nagtatanong, kailan ba babalik? Accordingly, kung susundan ho natin yung mga sinasabi sa Biblia, mga kaibigan, first, may mga palatandaan ang binigay ng Diyos. Yung unang palatandaan na ibinigay ng Diyos, magkakagira, magkakalaban-laban ang bawat kaharian, titindig ang bansa laban sa bansa, titindig ang kaharian laban sa kaharian. Kamatayan doon, kamatayan dito, kamatayan ng everywhere. Pagpapatayan, pagkakagulo, pag hindi pagkakaintindi, pagkabahagi-bahagi ng iba't ibang tinatag ng Diyos ng bawat nation. Ito po yung ang sabi niya. Ito'y pasisimula pa lang. Pasisimula pa lang ito, mga kaibigan. Mga kaibigan. The second, kung hapit na God, pagkahuman ana, yung tinatawag nating Great Tribulation, na hindi kailanman nararanasan ng tao. Yan po ang sinasabing judgment. Pagwawakas ng sanlibutan. After that, mga kaibigan, bababa doon sa mga pintuan ang anak ng Diyos, na anak ng tao. Walang iba kundi si Kristo yung tinutukoy doon. Yan po ang nakasaad doon sa Biblia pag tayo po'y magbabasa, mga kaibigan. Yan po ay mga mahalagang katanungan, mga kaibigan, in order for us to understand. Because there is a lot of people here that they do not know, especially in the aspect of the law. Kasi mayroong mga taong ayaw maniniwala sa Biblia. Mayroong mga taong ayaw maniniwala sa Biblia, but later on, pag ito po'y nakakaranas ng matinding pagsubok sa buhay, mga kaibigan, tatawagin niya Diyos na. Kaya, yung mga pagsubok, mga kaibigan, iintindihin ho natin yan. Kasi, sometimes we blame to God. Tinukso ako ng Diyos. Mga kaibigan, for your information, for us, informations mga kaibigan. Ang Diyos po ay hindi po nanunukso sa tao. Sapagkat mahal niya ang tao. Diba? Mahal niya ang tao mga kaibigan. Hindi niya tutuksuhin ang tao. Pero susubukin niya ang tao. Susubukin ho ng Diyos ang buhay ng tao. Kung gaano ito kakatatag sa kaisipan, at especially the Bible teaches us for the strong character to handle everything in this universe. Accordingly, mga kaibigan, susubukin ka ng Diyos pag tukso na kasi Satanas na yan. Na? Kay Satanas na yan. Kasi si Satanas ay punong-puno ng galit. Kasi si Satanas pumarito sa sanlibutan sapagkat siya po'y nagagalit. Pero if we are going to read another versions of, kasi mayroon tayong nababasa, itong Satanas, Lucifer, magkakaiba pala ito mga kaibigan. Si Lucifer is considered as the pride. Pag ma-pride po ang tao, lalo-lalo na, di ba, ma-pride ho, itong the 7 deadliest sin or the 7 princes of hell. Mga kaibigan, itong si Lucifer, si Mammon, si Asmodeus, si Leviathan, si Satan, si Pelpigor, basta 7 yan, mga kaibigan. Ito po ay nasa buhay ng tao. Ito po ay nasa buhay ng tao. Pag ito po ay nasa buhay ng tao, masyadong masasama na akong tao at hindi na ho siya makakapasok doon sa sinasabi ng Diyos na tinatawag na paraiso. Yan ho mga kaibigan. Sapagkat ho, sinasabi ho ng Biblia, kasi there is a lot of things to be considered for this mga kaibigan. We have, like for example, yung mga taong ganito, the 7 deadliest sin, which is the 7 princes of hell, mga kaibigan, nasa tao ho ito. Yung taong ma-pride, yung hambugiro ba? O wala may tao nga dili hambugiro. But pride, mind you, but they are override your pride. And then, that's the thing that you will be committed more crimes in your life. Magkakaroon ka ng maraming kasalanan sa buhay ho natin. No? Magkakaroon ho tayo ng ganon. Magkakaroon. Especially, yung kahalayan, yung greedy, yung kasakiman. Saan mo yun makikita? Marami na yan. Diba? Nakikita mo na ang palatandaan ng Diyos. Unang-una pa lang yan. Yung kaguluhan, kasakiman ng tao, o kahalayan ng tao na hindi na matatakot sa Diyos. Yan po ay pasisimula pa lang. Hindi pa matagal pa babalik ang Diyos. Hindi pa nararanasan ng tao yung kapighatian or the great tribulations of the earth, mga kaibigan. Yung great tribulation, mga kaibigan, pag nangyayari na yan, pangatlo niyan, babalik na si Kristo. Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa. Kasi accordingly, mga kaibigan, one day of God is 1,000 years approximately, more or less, by the human. 2,000 pa lang tayo ngayon, nasa 2 araw pa lang nga, di ba? Nasa 2 araw pa nga tayo. Di ba? So that is already in the approximations. The 7 princes of hell, yung inggit, yung envy, mga kaibigan, it's already here. No? Nasa buhay ng tao yan. So that's why there is a lot of people in this universe, they are committing crimes against the humanity, against the government, and many others. That's not against by the self itself. It's already the self-interest. Instead to the benefits of the people of the country and the people of the God, you are going to corrupt on that particular matter. Corruption in the Bible is already mentioned for how many times? It's more or less 800 times, mga kaibigan. 800 times is already mentioned repeatedly in the Bible. Corruption, yung tinatawag nating mga kaguluhan na ganyan, mga kaibigan. So that's why we will going to look back for the history, mga kaibigan. From the 1937 to 1873, there is yung tinatawag nating mga market crashes sa ating mundo. Until such today. Mayroon tayong mga tinatawag na ganon. So, in order to protect that the God, they do not like to be the people itself were suffer on the tribulations. Kaya pinoprotektahan niya ang tao. Kaya may sinasabi ang Diyos, huwag kayong malilito, huwag tayong malilito, mga kaibigan. Kasi pag nalilito, walang taong hindi nasisilaw ng pera. Sa pera ho, mga kaibigan, pag babasahin ho nating Biblia, mga kaibigan, pwede natin titimbangin, nasa Biblia ho, magkano yung pera ng tao na dapat hahawakan, mga kaibigan. Mayroon. Nasa Biblia. Sino naman tao hindi nakakaunawa at hindi naniniwala sa Biblia? Yung tao na yan, siguro, may Diyos siya, pero hindi niya alam. Kapag ang tao ay hindi naniniwala sa Biblia, yung tao na yan, alam niya ang sarili niya, pero hindi niya alam kung ano ang nandito sa mundo. Kasi, we will going to back for those things that we have in our selves, mga kaibigan. Try to research everything. Try to read the Bible because Bible is considered a biblical knowledge to the humanity, which is called a principle in the human, mga kaibigan. If you do not like to read the Bible and then you possess, you resist that you are on that particular matter, and then I do not like to believe in you. Because in every constructions of law is already from extracted in the Bible. Mind you, the constructions of law in abstract in nature is already constructed and instructed from the Bible itself. Hindi yan nagsisimula sa lubot sa kabayo. Hindi yan nagsisimula doon sa ilalim ng tulay. Kaya the most powerful law of the land in the Philippines right now, even the world, is the constitutions. No other law that consists or delivered the all privileges in order to do business, in order to work in the government, in the private sector, everything, even kung mananagat ka, farmers ka, and even the individual and civilian lives, mga kaibigan, is already in the Bible and the Constitution. The Constitution itself consists of how many article? Constitution itself is already Article 18, no? It's already consists of 18 articles and also 80 sections more or less. If you read on that particular matter, pag ito po'y gagalawin, pag ito po'y hindi susundan ng mga kinakauukulan na hindi sumatalima sa konstitusyon na ito, magkakagulo ang isang bansa. Yan po ay sinasabi sa Biblia at yan po ay sinasabi sa konstitusyon. Kaya mayroon siyang tinatawag in contrast, mga kaibigan, no? Kaya sa tanong ninyo, for me, yan lang po ang aking a little bit of knowledge in order for me to deliver and reiterate for these informations to you. Because I don't have enough knowledge to reiterate a perfect word that in order for me to deliver to you, mga kaibigan, especially those people are watching right now, mga kaibigan, because I am not a perfect person. I am not one of those persons are on that matter. Because I am not theologian, I am not lawyer, I am not investigator, everything, mga kaibigan. I don't have with that. I am a simple persons of this universe. Kaya, ang sasabihan lang ho natin, in order for us to understand these things, basahin lang ho natin Biblia. Basahin in any versions of the Bible. Kahit aanuhin pa yan, mga kaibigan, hindi yan. Kahit pag baliktarin mo yung Biblia na yan, kahit unsa pa nga version, ang Biblia is already there. The Bible, it's already there. Mga kaibigan, maniniwala man tayo o hindi. It's already, the Bible exists, the strong books among all books of the universe. So, yan ho mga kaibigan, no? Yung tanong ng iba, ilan ba talaga ang langit? Ang langit ho, mga kaibigan, 3. 3 ang langit. Yung mga nakikita natin, it's called, yung covering in the world right now, that is a direct atmospheric. Langit ho ang tawag doon sa Biblia. At mayroon tayong tinatawag na pangalawang langit, ay hindi ko na yan alam. Pero may mga prospect na binabasa ho nila na yung pangalawang langit daw ay nasa mga planeta. Yung mga nasa sa orbital. Pero hindi yon, hindi natin alam yon. Lalong-lalo na yung pangatlong langit, which is the paradise is already there. The God is already there. The throne of the God is already there, mga kaibigan. So that's why, sa darating na panahon, mga kaibigan, yung mundo ho natin ay wawakasan po ng Diyos ho ito. Wawakasan ho, kahit gaano kapakagaling na tao. Basahin ho ninyo Biblia. Yung kagalingan ng tao, kalakasan ng tao, katalinuhan ng tao, kabubuhan at kahinaan ng Diyos yan. Kaya yung mga mayaman ho dito sa mundong ibabaw na ito po'y pasisimula pa lang. If we are going to read the Bible, yung mga kasakiman na nangyayari po sa mundong ibabaw na ito, that they do not like to believe the Bible and the constitutions, na parang binababoy nila ang batas ng lupa at ang constitutional provision. Kasi yan po ang gusto. Kasi the world right now was ruled by the global elite, the Big Four itself. No? Mayroon nagro-roll sa atin, which is yung mga descendant ni Baal. No, mga descendant ni Baal yan, mga kaibigan. Mga reptilians, accordingly. So that's why, mayroon tayong tinatawag na magkakaroon ng divisions around the world. Kaya mayroon tayong papa-starting ngayon, yung mga UN na yan, ganon. That is the strategic for the division of the world into 10 administrative bioregions. Darating yan, hindi siguro sa ganon sa buhay ho natin ngayon, baka sa mga kaapu-apuhan ho natin. Kaya kung tayo may nagsiservisyo sa bayan, that we are bound all to obey and to be loyal on that particular matter in the constitutions. Constitution is already a supreme law of the land that they could not intervene by any enacted laws by the law-making body. And even the creations of the barangay ordinance, city, municipal, and provincial ordinance, they could not to intervene by the constitution exists. Hindi pwede yang apak-apakan ang konstitusyon na yan, mga kaibigan. Mahalaga ho yun. Pag yan po, ang konstitusyon na yan ay hindi nasusundin sa mga namumuno, ang konstitusyon na yan ay binabaliktad na, yan po ang simulan ng gulo. Kaya ang sinasabi ang ng Biblia ganito. Hindi po nagsasabi ang Biblia na takutin ang tao. Kasi the Bible, they could not say for the people to be para matakot ang tao, no? Para ganito ang tao. Hindi. Sinasabi sa Biblia, ito, it's already the privileges is given to the people. The power is given to the people. The dominion of all creations. It's already given by God. And also in every state and every nation, there is a constitutions, a substitutions, a representation of the Bible as a whole. It's the constitutions. It's governed by the governmental system in the legal procedural mechanism system of the nation. It's the Philippine constitutions. But the procedural mechanism of the spiritual lives of the humanity, it's already the Bible. So that is called in contrast in nature. So that's why, in contrast to the nature, because the constitutions is delivered to manage a certain boundaries and territory of the nation or the state. Mga kaibigan, ang sabi ng Biblia, huwag ninyong galgalawin ang nakakatakda sa aking kautusan, sapagkat pag ito'y ginagalaw, ay malilito ang tao at hindi na maniniwala ang tao at pupunta na sa maraming kasalanan. Ganon rin, pag ginalaw ang konstitusyon, in contrast sa sinasabi doon sa Biblia, and then the people will commit a corruptions, that the corruptions is already repeatedly mentioned for how many verses in the Bible? More or less 800. Yan mga kaibigan. Kaya para sa akin, mas mabuti na hong tayo po'y nag-uulam ng asin. Asin sa umaga, asin sa hapon, asin sa gabi. Kasapagkat ang asin po ay nagbibigay ng buhay. Sapagkat po ang asin, ito po ay kalooban ng Diyos. Ito po ay nagbibigay buhay sa mundo. Pag nawawala ng asin ang mundo, yan na po ay wawakasan ng Diyos. Kaya yung tinatawag na Great Tribulation, after that, babalik ang Diyos. Pero matagal pa ho yun. Mga kaibigan. So, all these things that we are to discuss right now, mga kaibigan, is already found in the Bible. So, that's why, those people are asking, medyo matatagal na ho, no? Medyo mahaba ho yung video ho natin ngayon. So, the Bible itself is considered for the covenant. The first institutions was established by God is the institutions of marriage. The second institution established by God ay the institution of Sabbath. So, the Sabbath, the offerings, and many others, the Sabbath is mentioned repeatedly in the Bible from more or less 240 to 2,000 times, mga kaibigan. So, those people are resting on the Sabbath day. According to the research and study of this, mga kaibigan, mas hahaba ho ang buhay nila accordingly ng 5 years by the normal people. Like for say, example, in the Philippines, the average I think sa Pilipinas 70. So yung mga naniniwala sa Sabado, sila po ay nagpapahinga or resting on that day, ay mamamatay accordingly nasa 75 to 80 accordingly for the normal people. So that's why, mga kaibigan, Bible is the most powerful books. Kapag sasabihin na natin, Biblia lang yan. Hindi po ganun, mga kaibigan. Kung gusto ka, nagninegosyo ka, nasa Biblia ho yun. Pagpapalago, pagpaparami ng pera sa pamamagitan ng mabubuting kaparaanan, nasa Biblia ho. Ang pagpapalago at pagpapalawak ng kaalaman ho ng tao ay nasa Biblia ho. Pagpapalawak ng kasakiman ng tao ay nasa Biblia ho. Kung gusto ka mabuting tao ho tayo, we were reading on that Bible. If we are going to have a goodness in our heart, mga kaibigan, is already found in the Bible. Is already found everything in the Bible. Kaya, sino nagsasabi ng ganon, ganito, ganyan, mga kaibigan? Kasi noon pa man, mga kaibigan, when I was on elementary, when I was, I think, yung palagi na ako inutusan ng papa ko na bumili, ganon. It's already read the Bible. Kasi mayroon man yung mga binabasa-basa ko yun. Kaya, nakasanayan ko na yan, hindi na ako kumain ng karning baboy at marami pang ibang doon nakalagay na pinagbabawal ng Diyos, sapagkat mayroon nang pong pwede mo niyang kainin kasi inano ng Diyos yon. Pero para sa akin, binawal man niya yon sa ganon. So, yung mga gustong kumain, pwede naman yan kainin, di ba? So, yan lang ho, mga kaibigan, sapagkat ho, ang Biblia nakakalagay ho doon lahat, mga kaibigan, naatanan dyan. Di kita makaingon nga wala. Di po ta makaingon, kung di po ta mo to, naaman diha. Even, pag ikaw po'y nagbabawas, malibang ka sa inyong CR, di ba, mangilo ka, nasa Biblia na. Nasa Biblia. Beware of dog, nasa Biblia. Baka yung mga beware of dog dyan, akala ninyo wala sa Biblia, nasa Biblia yan. Mga kaibigan, basahin ninyo. Yung masasama kang tao, mahihilig ka mag-iimbento or the fabrications of to have a fabricated words in order to damage the reputations of individuals. Nasa Biblia ho yun, mga kaibigan. It's nasa Biblia yung mga inbi ang tawag niyan. Inbi. Yung mga inggitira na tao. Yung mga mentality, yung mga crab mentality na tao, nasa Biblia ho yun. Hindi sila gustong lalago at aangat ang buhay ng isang tao na kapwa ho nila, bibirahin nila pababa. Nasa Biblia ho yun, mga kaibigan. Nasa Biblia. Kaya maiingat na tayo, maiingat. Kaya sinasabi ng Biblia, the Bible was commanded na dapat tayo ay hindi maunahan ni maulahiman sa mga masasama. Ganun ho, mga kaibigan. Dapat be careful everything. Dapat be wise, no? Be wise as a serpent. And then good as a dove. No? Yan yung sinasabi ng ganun. Nasa Biblia ho 'yon. So that's why, mga kaibigan, everything is already fought and found in the Bible. Everything in this world, mga kaibigan, is already in the Bible. So that's why in this world, mga kaibigan, is already exists in the Bible. Everything, discoveries, the science, everything, the science discoveries, and everything in this world, mga kaibigan, is already found in the Bible. How many times mentioned in the verses? So before, there is no verses in the Bible, there is a lot of scriptures are collected, mga kaibigan, and already put in the British Museum and the United States of America and many others out there, mga kaibigan, is already on that particular matter. So that's why in our world today, in order to have a waiting for the second coming of Jesus Christ, I would like to share my God to you. My God is only Jesus Christ, mga kaibigan. In order for me to save our world, mga kaibigan, to save the people, to instruct the people to do like this, not bad, but open our heart, because heart is commanded to the mind. Mga kaibigan, it's already, if we are going to read more in the Bible, and then we know what is the Bible purpose in our lives. Like for say, example, the lives of the people on this universe is together with the God, and then the fruit of this life, mga kaibigan, is already good, mga kaibigan. But before that, we need to experience first what is the God's commanded, that there is a trials that comes in our life. If we are going ourselves faithfully to God, loyalty to God, mga kaibigan, there is a lot of trials in this life, mga kaibigan. Even though, if we are in the fourth belongings to the family itself, mga kaibigan, and then the God, they do not care with that. The God itself is given for everything in order that the people to be saved, mga kaibigan. So that's why the Bible is giving the instructions to the people if we are going to read on that particular matter. So that's why, like for example, the law or the manuals itself is given, like for example, if we are working on that particular institutions of the government, even we are in the private and the public sector of the government, are going to be followed a certain bylaws of that particular institutions, or the rules and regulations under of the institutions, mga kaibigan. And like for example, also in the Bible, the rules and regulations under the law of God in the divine creations is already into the human civilized. So that's why in the human civilizations, there is a lot of the people are committing the crimes because they do not like to believe the Bible itself. And also, they do not like to believe the God itself, and they will going to believe what is the God in themselves, mga kaibigan. For those people in the recent day right now is already in the money, in the positions, in the credentials, in the titles of the life. So that's why in everything on this universe, mga kaibigan, is already found in the Bible if we are going to read the Bible itself. So that's why, mga kaibigan, in every existence of the rules and regulations, the articles of the law, mga kaibigan, in the law of the man and the law of the God itself, mga kaibigan, in contrast to the explanations of the people. So that's why the people, they do not like to believe the supreme law of the land. And then the chaos, the conflict of the state or the nations will come in, or the people itself will going to react on that particular matter. So that's why the Bible itself is delivered that reiterated on that informations that the constitutions and the laws, everything on this universe was extracted by the covenant of God, and also to develop on that particular matter of the extractions of the law of God into implementations of every nations of the world. So that's why, mga kaibigan, in this world, mga kaibigan, let's say for example, if we are going to study the law, there is 8 subjects, and then you need to pass the bar exams, mga kaibigan. So there is a series of the study in the broad category of the historical applications on that particular matter, mga kaibigan. It is because in that particular matter, mga kaibigan, that the law itself, there, because the law in the humans civilized, mga kaibigan, if we are going to study as the law students, mga kaibigan, dapat we need to have more applications in the historical applications, mga kaibigan, because law is a historical applications, because there is already put there, and then later on we will going to compress in the 3 applications, that the felony is under the revised penal code, punishable under the revised penal code, or the violations of that is punishable under of the revised penal code. And also, mga kaibigan, and that the crime was being committed by the people as also separated, mga kaibigan, that the crime is an act or omission, the violations is already punishable under by the special law, which is the Presidential Decree, Commonwealth Act, Republic Act, and many others called Executive Order, and many others, mga kaibigan, is considered as the special law of the country. And those people are not understand, mga kaibigan, the instructions of the law, or infractions of the law, mga kaibigan. Those violations is falling under the violations of the city ordinance, barangay ordinance, provincial and city and municipal ordinance of this country. In contrast to the applications of the Bible itself, mga kaibigan, is considered the moral law, ceremonial law, and also the civil or the judicial applications of the law of God is already put in the Bible. That the civil or the judicial applications are already in the nations of the Israel, mga kaibigan. That is why the creations of that particular series of barriers of the nation right now is already put and found in the Bible. And every nation, there is a Bible of the country is called the Constitutions. The Constitutions is among powerful all the laws of the land, are giving all the privileges. Like for example, that we are working in the government. Like for example, politicians, law enforcement, Philippine Army, and many others is already put in the constitutions. The constitutions are given on that particular matter in order for us to work on that particular institutions and agencies of this country. That agencies of this country, mga kaibigan, is provided also the manual, mga kaibigan. There is a manual and the rules and regulations under of that particular institutions. Like say for example, you are running for in the politicians and the barangay captain, mga kaibigan, and many others in order to go higher in the positions itself. If you are reading on that constitutional, that is a constitutional privilege of the people, because there is a few of the people are given on that privileges, mga kaibigan, in order to be run on that particular matter, because we have a different realistic in our living, mga kaibigan. So that's why from here I am not expert. Thank you so much, mga kaibigan.